So, Tricia, I thought of something, and I wanted to bring it up with you guys. Tricia made the road trip. She was in Dallas, got back yesterday. And so it got me thinking, and I feel like I might be an outlier on this when I ask the question and then tell you my answer of what's the worst road trip from Austin? Is it Austin to Dallas, Austin to Houston, or Austin to San Antonio?
It's a good question.
And I'll start out and give you guys a second to think about it. I don't know if you'll agree, but I would say Austin to San Antonio is the worst road trip, even though it's a whole lot less miles than Dallas and Houston. Because between Austin, especially if you're coming from the north and have to go through I-35 through downtown and then through South Austin, you never get a break. It never lets up.
Nobody ever just chills out.
Right.
It's white knuckle. I call it pucker factor.
Yeah. I mean, it's
just intense. You never relax.
Never get a break. And
the whole way.
Yeah, and the more Buda and Kyle builds up, the worse and worse that gets.
Yeah.
And every morning we see on the news that it's like, how long of a commute from Buda?
55 minutes sometimes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, on a regular basis.
Right. So where do you guys stand on this as the worst commute, the worst roadie from Austin? JB?
Yeah, it used to be Dallas, but they've done those improvements and expansions, and now we got another Buc-ee's in Hillsboro. I'll take that. So it used to be Dallas for the longest time. San Antonio used to be easy.
Yeah.
I'll take Houston as my first choice. That's never that bad until you get to Houston. Then they're on another level.
Then game on.
It is.
Yeah, it's just like. It's like you pulled onto Circuit of the Americas in a Honda.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm with you 100%. I'd rather drive to El Paso than be on I-35 to San Antonio.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Tricia, you just did it. So
I just did Dallas, and oh my God, I hate the drive back and forth to Dallas. But I will say that this was the first trip that I, at no point in the drive, came to a complete stop on 35.
Oh,
like normally it happens in Waco.
Yeah.
It took me 2.5 hours to get there and 2.5 hours to get home.
Dang.
I never stopped. That's the first time it's happened. I'm going to say still though that I think that Dallas is the worst. I know San Antonio is terrible, but at least you're going the whole time. If this continues that you don't ever have to come to a complete stop to go to Dallas, then maybe I'll switch my answer. But now,
your 2.5 hours was like kind of South Dallas, though. You never made it like to.
Yeah, I'm getting off at like the Dallas Zoo exit.
Right.
I'm not having to go through downtown.
Right.
Thank goodness.
Big girls get together at the zoo?
No, that's just my exit. That's so I know where to exit. The big giant giraffe head.
Hey, girls, I got an idea. Let's all meet up at the Dallas Zoo for a girls' day.
Hey, don't sleep on a zoo. I will gladly go to a zoo and walk around.
Yeah.
Sandy and I did it all the time before we even had a kid.
I know. We were the creepy couple at the zoo. And talking for the animals while we were there.
Speaking for the animals.
Right. We were that couple. So I guess you say Dallas.
I say Dallas. I'm going to give it a couple of more times to see if it's still a clear shot. And then I would switch to San Antonio being the worst because it's terrifying commute.
JB and I both say San Antonio, but you mentioned El Paso. That is just, if you've ever driven that to El Paso, it's amazing how straight and long a road can be.
I know.
It's like Kansas.
It is. It makes Kansas look like child's play.
Really.
You go for hundreds of miles and see nothing.
And never turn your wheel.
Nothing.
And then if it's summertime, you see that wavy heat coming off the road.
Yeah.
It's like what you see in movies, that setting, that scene.
Like I'm going to die out here.
An armadillo runs across the road.
Fort Stockton, 499 miles.
Yeah.
It's an incredible stretch of road.
I told you, West Texas, I got pulled over going like 120.
Wow.
Something like that. And the guy let me go. He's like, my wife got a new car, and it was a kind of a sporty car. Let's just say that. And he's like, you were speeding? I was like, yep.
Certainly do.
Yeah, he's like, is there a reason? I go, just got this car for my wife out here in the middle of nowhere, except for you. I thought this would be a good place to stretch it out a little. And he appreciated my honesty and let me go. He said, he basically said, look, we're very close to the border here. Any suspicious activity, we're going to pull over.
Yeah.
He was very cool about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably got a kick out of getting his lights and sirens going and going 125 to catch you.
Right.
Right? I mean, they probably see some, or that, or just wanted someone to talk to.
Right.
He's been out in the desert for days.
He's like,
it was a total Wile E. Coyote hiding behind the one bush.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
That's pretty funny. On a quick kind of side note, since we're talking about cars and violating the law, yesterday I finally renewed my car registration, which was only 10 months expired.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, you had to do it in person too?
Yeah.
Once if you let it lapse, that's not worth it.
Yeah, but it was just one of those things that I just hate doing. And I'm always
feel like
afraid.
you let it go like a couple of years one time. And I was like, how have you not gotten a ticket?
No, I got pulled over once for it. I got a warning. But it's just one of those things that I'm afraid when I get there, I'm not going to have all the required paperwork or forms of payment.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally took everything I had.
You just put it all in that little canister.
Yeah.
Just sent it to the lady.
And then when I pulled up, they have a drive-through to do it in Cedar Park, which is great. And I pulled up, and it was kind of a minute before someone got there. And I was like, oh, crap. Is this part of the government shutdown?
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't. It wasn't. There was a semi-nice person.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, they're miserable there. But she was pretty nice, and she got it done pretty quick. And now I'm legal again.
Yeah.
So I got that going for me. Tricia's got the story we love coming up. What do you have?
All right. We're going to talk about a famous barbecue fest that is returning to the city that it should have always been in, where it should be.
All right. Stay with us. It's coming up.
1031austin.com.
Big barbecue festival this weekend. Tricia's got the details and the story we love. But still to come on the show, I want you guys to think about this. There's kind of a raging debate on Reddit right now of when, quote unquote, peak Austin was. When was peak Austin? And I think it really depends on your age and how long you've lived here or when you moved here. So we'll get into that a little bit later on. First, let's do this.
The stories we love.
Starting Saturday, the 2025 Texas Monthly Barbecue Fest returns to Lockhart. Organizers said that this year's event benefits Feeding Texas, which is a network of food banks in Texas.
Which really needs some help right now.
Yep, they definitely do. The Barbecue World's Fair is Saturday and runs through noon until 7 p.m. The event is free. The World Fair event is free, and attendees can expect, I like it when they say this, a curated vendor marketplace. Makes it sound a little fancy, right?
Yeah.
Cooking demos, live music, featured joints, new barbecue joints will showcase creative flavors, like introduce you to the new stuff that's popping up in and around the barbecue industry. It says,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. What could possibly be new in the barbecue game?
oh my gosh,
I mean, it's,
people doing different kind of fusions, Asian barbecue.
Kangaroo meat.
I don't think it's that.
Yeah. Barbecue has not changed in hundreds and hundreds of years.
yeah.
No, people are trying to put a new spin on it for sure. I like this quote. Come eat and explore everything the Texas Q-mmunity has to offer. Barbecue.
I like that.
Yep. General admission for the tickets to Sunday's event are available for $135, which don't freak out. That gets you food at all of the featured joints.
You can spend $135 just getting family style to bring home on barbecue, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, that sounds kind of fun. I judged the barbecue cook-off at the rodeo one year, and I was astonished at what people could do with barbecue. A lot of it not good. It's like they got really drunk the night while they were doing this and saying, you know what, let's throw some cream cheese on that.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and especially with the shrimps.
I feel like you got to be careful with the shrimps.
You do.
I don't think you can do just anything to a shrimp.
No, but the true test is I think we've discussed this, is brisket.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's how people are mostly judged.
And this should be in Lockhart. That is the perfect place for it.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely. Lockhart City Park.
So just recap.
if you're new to Austin, which a lot of people are, I think Lockhart historically reigns king for barbecue.
Oh, definitely.
Just so you know, I know Taylor's going to claim it. Elgin's going to claim it.
Yeah.
But it's Lockhart.
And so, could you recap real quick? Saturday is what, and Sunday is what?
Saturday from noon until 7, and then on Sunday from noon until 4.
You want to go? No, you won't go with
I'll
me.
go.
No,
If it's anything involving food, I will go and I will eat it. I just went to a Romanian food festival over the weekend.
You did that with your girlfriends. You do fun things with them.
I did that because there was food involved.
You don't do Stick around. We got more coming up. Hang on.
Need extra cash in your life?
The $1,000 payday is back this morning at 9. 103.1, Austin's 80s station.
This is the JB and Sandy Show on Austin's 80s station, 103.1, streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, if you're a new listener, you need to know this. You've got 3 really long time, 2 much longer than 1, Austinites, in that Tricia grew up here. JB, you moved here when you were what? How old?
12 years old.
Yeah, you moved here when you were 12. I moved here in 1995. So you got some experienced Austinites here. And there's a raging debate, discussion, whatever you want to call it, on Reddit about when, quote unquote, peak Austin was. Because everyone is pretty much as we hate to admit it, the cool Austin, but that ship has kind of sailed.
A little bit.
Old
People
Austin,
are clinging to it.
Yeah, old Austin is kind of gone. So this really is a discussion. It depends on when you moved here, how old you are. I mean, it was all over the place in this Reddit thread. But I'm curious, what, Tricia, when do you think was peak Austin?
I feel like peak, like keep Austin weird, late 70s, early 80s. I feel like that is when it was peak Austin.
Right.
I mean,
the secret wasn't out yet.
No, the secret wasn't out yet. It was still small. You still get around. Certain giant roads that are here now weren't even there yet. You know what I mean? Festivals everywhere.
Right.
Because I was dragged to them with my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a kid. Mm-hmm. Now, in the 80s, it was still really fun because I was old enough to be able to go out and do stuff on my own. Right. It was still there. But I think peak Keep Austin Weird was late 70s, early 80s.
What about personally for you? Was that it?
Personally would be the 80s, high school. All right. 85, 89 was when I was out and about in it.
What about you, JB?
Yeah, this is a tough one because if you ask any older Austinites, they're going to say it was 70 to 80 with Armadillo World Headquarters.
Yeah.
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 They're all going to say that. That was, but we missed that. I moved here in 80. I missed that. So for me personally, like there wasn't much to do here in the 70s and 80s as a kid. There just wasn't much going on except Aquafest or whatever. But for me personally, I'd say it's like 95 to 2005. Right around there, that decade, because man, it was it was a fun time. I got, it was just, we had Slacker, right? Mm-hmm. Slacker came out in early 90s, 92 or something like that. Anyway, that movie sort of epitomized Austin's slacker culture. There was a guy that I cooked with at Dan McCluskey's, and he would always say, Austin's where young people go to retire. It was very affordable. There was music galore. It was cool. Everything was accessible, but mainly affordable. And then I stretched it to 2005 because I think it was the first year of ACL Fest. Mm-hmm. Was 2001, 2002, something like that? Mm-hmm. Right around there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that really put Austin on the map in a good way. South by...
I'm going to challenge that in just a moment.
Okay. South by Southwest started in 87, but it really hit its stride starting late 90s, early 2000s. Then it started adding interactive and all that stuff. So
right.
I don't know. That was before all those buildings were downtown. Not that I hate the downtown buildings. It just was a quieter place.
Yeah, right. And a cool place. So again, this all kind of goes back to how long you've lived here. Like, Tricia, your mother would say the 70s, right? And you kind of threw the 70s in there as a kid. Mm-hmm. So I moved here in 95. And I would say for me, it was 95 to 2000. And here's why. Because prior to 2000, Austin did everything half-assed. And that was great.
It was great.
Because the festivals were just fun little festivals. Small. And then what the tipping point
There was no VIP.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was no ACL music festival. That's when they stopped doing things half-assed. And I liked it when it was done half-assed. When the Bob Marley Festival, when you could get in with a canned food item donation.
Yes.
And there was no VIP tent. You know what I mean?
No private toilet.
Eeyore's birthday party didn't have a Facebook page, and you had to sign in for the drum circle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It got more and more professional. Right?
That's a great word. The bigger it got, the more professional it got.
That's funny. We were having that conversation came up over the weekend with some friends. We were going to the Longhorn game and all of that. There was a time, and I'm not kidding you, that because we were talking about some place that was taking dinner reservations 5-6 months out. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And we were talking about how there was a time in the late 90s, there were maybe only a few places that even took reservations. You just didn't do that. And you could pretty much go anywhere in shorts. Like you didn't think about it getting
shorts
dressed
or jeans.
up. It didn't matter. We didn't care. Austin didn't care about clothes and blingy watches and fancy cars. You did not see fancy cars. You might see some Porsche 911s, maybe on occasion, but you didn't see all the supercars. You didn't see Lambos and McLarens and all these Mercedes AMGs that you see now. It was rugged. Like a pickup was cool. An old pickup was all you needed.
Yeah.
Like I know that sounds goofy, but it just wasn't fancy.
It was very casual.
Laid back and easy.
And the events were very organic and just kind of happened, right? They just kind of happened. So that's my, and I'm sure, you know what, again, I can only say 95 to 2000 because that's when I moved here, but it was like that before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Aquafest and all those festivals they just happened. They weren't professional.
There in the 80s, I just remember, it seemed like there was a 5 or a 10K every weekend.
All the time.
Every weekend. And me and my buddy Larry, we ran track and cross country. So we would do them all. And it was not uncommon to see Willie out there running.
Yeah.
He was a hardcore runner.
And now everybody's got their own little run group.
Yeah.
Run groups are all the rage, which is good. I mean, people getting out and exercising, but it just used to seem a little more organic.
Right. One of my claim to fame to seeing Willie was Mom and I went to pick up Dan's hamburgers, and he was sitting in his silver Rolls Royce in the parking lot because his wife had gone in to pick up their order. And I waved at him and he waved at me. Just Willie Nelson in a Rolls Royce at Dan's.
And then your mom didn't believe you, right?
She didn't believe me. And finally she realized it was him. She got all nervous when she backed up. She backed out over a curb. And then he saw that and laughed.
That was probably Willie before the tax debt.
Yeah, probably.
Probably with the Rolls Royce, yeah.
You're probably right. Still to come, stick around because this will be a funny thing. We're kind of being nostalgic here, but frozen foods that no one eats anymore. Tricia's going to have a lot to say about this.
Oh, God.
Because she still loves herself a TV dinner.
I do.
All right, we'll talk about it coming up. Hang on.
1031austin.com.